Hello, it is Bankai Killer Hunter x Hunter, today to showcase the first Minion Reflect Sentinel. Pushed it to 200 plus waves, so it is definitely very viable. However, it can be a little slow in the arena when you're doing a run. But on the plus side, you are immortal in Monolith, campaign, whatever, and you can do 200 plus waves in the arena. Not only that, but it is very easy to set up outside of getting the necessary idols. So basically what you do is you put all of your all of your passives into self defense. This is a Z DPS build. The only thing you are scaling is the reflect from your idols. So with that being said, here's the passive trees. I took block passives, elemental resistance, more health, necrotic resistance, some critical strike avoidance, increased armor, and some more block chance, some more health, and some movement speed. Now we are only level 81, but to flesh it out, we would just go ahead and keep putting points into here, and put some more points into there, and that's pretty much it. Now for the Forge Guard tree, we've got our two main skills that we have built around, which is Ring of Shields and Manifest Armor. That is basically the bread and butter of this build. Pretty much carries itself. And for the rest of the skills, I use Rebuke. Rebuke is actually better than these two setups. These two setups don't offer a ton of extra defense, just a little nice sprinkle defensive layer with some more resistance, overcap your resistance, and your health on block, some more block effect, some ward on block, some ward retention, and some more ward, this is the nicest help in the skill tree. You get that additional 40 ward on activation, which is 400 effective health added on top of your actual health pool. I'm sitting at a little over 1200 health. And for gear, um, since we're only mainly scaling minion health for their survivability, because we're not going to be doing any DPS ourselves, we're just going to be running around and letting the minions uh, have the enemies kill themselves whenever they hit the shields and the manifest armor. So my gear's not fully optimized for it, but I have some decent rolls. 165% increased minion health, some resistance, minion health regen with the movement speed, minion health with resistance, minion health with some resistance and more health, resistance, minion health regen. I'm using this just because it's easy to cap the crit avoidance. Using a shield, of course, because we're going block. And honestly, just having over 50% block at all times is fine as is. Because by the time you push 200 plus, you're not going to be able to keep casting your sigils while you're trying to move around and avoid all the dangerous enemies and have them focus your minions. So I found out that really using sigils for that extra block chance is counterintuitive for what we're trying to do. So 50 to 60% block as a baseline without any extra boost from the skills is fine. So we just have some more minion health regen and just some resistance. Dodge is really unnecessary, it's just whatever. Then we're using the Sunforged Great Helm. Honestly don't know why I'm using it, but I just equipped it because I didn't craft a helmet yet, but ideally what you'd want to do is at least craft a good baseline helmet with cooldown reduction so that you can cast more of your minions when they die at the higher waves. And we'll go into more on the skill setup on why that's extra important. Then of course I've got some more minion health, health regen, and resistance. So my resistances are pretty much capped and overcapped on all but void. There's my resistances. That's the resistances with Holy Aura activated. Now the main components of this build are these idols. Reposting. Ornate idols of reposting. It's the suffix that's most important, and you want that highest roll that you can find or get. So I got 23%, 24%, 22%, 30%. So we're at pretty much 100%. Minion reflect. Now for the two skills. So fortunately can't really do much with manifest armor outside of scaling the stats on your gear. So the cool thing about manifest armor and ring of shields is that they scale with your stats. Manifest armor scales with your body armor, gloves, boots, and helmet. So whatever stats you have on them, it's increased by 150%. So it's multiplied by 1.5. Multiplied by 1.5, multiplied by 1.5, and multiplied by 2. And so for this setup, we just gave him the shield so that can give him that additional minion stats and additional survivability and more health. And just 1 point in there just for a little bit of extra damage, even though it's not really needed because we're doing 100% reflex scaling, so that point can go into whatever minion stat you have on your gear that's the highest, and it'll increase it that much more. So for Ring of Shields, we have taken the max amount of shields that we can summon. So we're sitting at 8, baseline at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the other thing we have done is made a displacement. So Ring of Shields is cast your cursor, and Ring of Shields no longer follow you. This is why I say it's landmines, because you just drop Ring of Shields and the shields spread and stay in one spot, and the enemies get aggro drawn to it.